Hi guys, it's me Sam. Here's a short video talking about 6 things that will make you a better guitar player. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so using the pickup selector switch effectively. This is such an incredible tool when you're playing lead, the pickup selector switch. I really love how smooth the neck pickup sounds, and usually when I'm doing anything fast, that is what I go to. For most of the slower things and lots of vibrato ideas, I often prefer the bridge pickup. So having that extra treble can really make you be heard when you really want to make a note mean something. So that's a fantastic thing to do. One of the reasons why I love playing Stratocasters is it's incredibly easy for you to manipulate that switch with your little finger. Most of my favourite players play Strat style guitars, maybe not necessarily by Fender, but you know, great Fender players like Yngwie Malmsteen do this all the time, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Paul Gilbert has got the 5-way switch on his guitar in the same style, and all of those players use it so effectively. But yeah, a lot of people complain about this being in the way sometimes when they're heavy-handed players, but for me this is just a phenomenal place for it to be. I can just adjust it whenever I like. Also the volume and the tones can all be adjusted by just your little finger. It's kind of the controller of the right hand. So yeah, it's a great thing to do, switching pickups mid-solo. And of course it doesn't have to be done on this kind of guitar. So many of my favourite players play Les Paul style guitars and use it equally as well. You know, it's just up here, so you've got to have a bit of a different technique. But definitely check out players like Joe Bonamassa, Zakk Wylde, Richie Faulkner. All of those guys are incredible at manipulating their tone using the toggle switch. So something that you guys should check out for sure. Okay, so here's a really easy one. When you're playing live, you're liable to drop the pick. And it's the kind of thing that happens to everyone. We all do it. Nothing to be ashamed of. But being prepared is a really good idea. And something I really love to do is stick a couple of extra picks on my headstock, so I've got them readily available when I inevitably drop one. You know, it's one of those things. I also stick a couple in my back pocket just so I can easily get at them. So that's something super easy that any gigging guitar player would benefit from for sure. So definitely check that one out. Okay, so here's another one that will definitely benefit anyone who's playing out, and perhaps something which is maybe a tad obvious, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So your volume knob, when you're not playing, you should have your volume knob off because it will eliminate any buzzing if you're using single coils. And you know, if you accidentally get bumped by the bass player on the guitar neck, you know, you're not going to hear any inappropriate string noise. So whenever you're not playing, whenever you finish a lick, whenever you finish a song, volume off. Something that takes a bit of practice. And again, it's something which is easy to do on a Strat for me. You know, volume's right there, and I like my volumes to be really loose. Something I do whenever I'm playing is I'm constantly touching these knobs, so to speak, just to make sure I know if they're all the way up or maybe halfway up, because they do move. If you like the low friction pots, the sacrifice that you have to make is you have to be really vigilant at making sure they're set the way you like them. So yeah, you know, making sure that your knob is turned all the way off after you finish playing, that's what you want to do. Okay, so here's another one which is maybe a tad obvious but still extremely relevant, is plugging in under the strap. So when I go to put the guitar on, I've got the strap in my hand, and I'll, you know, put the strap on like so, and then this is under the strap, which is really important because if you accidentally tread on your cable while you're playing, you run the risk of pulling out the cable and you know, potentially damaging your amp and damaging people's ears with the loud buzz. So something that's super easy to do. Something else that I should mention, I've had something happen to me in the past when I was doing this that you should be careful of, is if you've got your bar on, make sure that this doesn't happen. I've had this happen before where, you know, the bar is underneath the cable and so everything is pulled sharp and it's all fallen out of tune and you don't know what's going on for a minute and then you figure it out. But yeah, if you can avoid that, then please do. So plugging in properly, making sure this is out of the way. Okay, so another really good one, which, you know, maybe I'm being Captain Obvious here, but a lot of people struggle with this one. Whenever you're playing a note, you've got 5 other strings which want to ring out. Especially when you're playing with a large amount of distortion, or for that matter at a large volume. So when I'm playing the E string, it's so important that all of the other strings are being karate chopped quiet with my right hand. It's huge. So good for your tone, so good for your cleanliness. Now say I was playing on the B string, okay, I've got to make sure that the E string on the other side is quiet, so I need to touch that with the underside of my first finger, as well as using my palm to keep all of the lower strings quiet. Really difficult thing to do this, but it's, like I said, it's huge for your tone, for everything, it's huge. What can you do to get better at this? Play with a lot of distortion and learn how to control it. It'll make your tone so much better and definitely worth doing. So there you go. Okay, so welcome to my floor again. So my last thing is, when you're about to do a pedal change, have your foot hovering above the pedal, you know, a good 5-10 seconds before you really need it. It's always good to plan ahead, you know, otherwise you run the risk of missing the pedal, okay? And I've had this happen to me embarrassingly in a live situation where I was about to go take a solo and I ended up hitting my tuner and just muting everything, which is awful. So plan ahead, you know, when you're playing, be ready. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you real soon for some more videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers. Bye.